An estimated 2,500 people turned out for Chicago's Tax Day Tea Party protest to voice their anger at the U.S. government's fiscal policies. That anger almost boiled over when a CNN reporter became combative with protesters in the crowd.
Let's see, drop the taxes, drop socialism. Okay, let's see, you're here with your 2-year-old and you're already in debt. Why are you here today, sir?
Because I hear a president say that he believed in what Lincoln stood for. Lincoln's primary thing was he believed that people had the right to liberty and they had the right...
Sir, what does this have to do with taxes? What does this have to do with your taxes? Do you realize that you're eligible for a $400 credit?
Finish my point. Lincoln believed that people had the right to share in the fruits of their own labor and that government should not take it. And we have clearly gotten to that point.
Wait. Did you know that the state of Lincoln gets $50 billion out of these stimulus? That's $50 billion for this state, sir.
Ma'am, Sir. Can you stop this, sir? Hold on.
Okay, well, Kira, we'll move on over here. I think you get the general tenor of this. It's anti-government, anti-CNN, since this is highly promoted by the right-wing conservative network, Fox. And since I can't really hear much more, and I think this is not really family viewing, toss it back to you, Kira.
All right, I know Susan Rosen's having a hard time hearing me, but wow, that is the prime example of what we're following across the country there. Susan pointed out everything plain and clear.
Tea Party protester Kathy Barkulis challenged CNN's Rosejan, asking her why she didn't show more depth in her reporting.
Are you trying to play stupid?
You know, you really don't need to be so antagonistic.
Well, but we have watched what you've been doing here, and it's not fair.
Talking to people who are holding signs, I'm going to say the majority of the people here have signs.
Did you look at his sign?
I looked at every sign that was in our field of view.
Okay. This is not about Republicans and Democrats. This is about the government stealing our money.
I didn't say it was about Republicans or Democrats. Well, so, you guys, there are some people coming here. We're not here. Some people are asking, what does this mean?
That's a good question. What does all this mean? Is this just a bunch of angry right-wing losers, as characterized by CNN? Or is that an oversimplification that fails to accurately document this protest? While we here at Founding Bloggers have described ourselves as observer supporters of the Tea Parties, that is no reason to shy away from these and other tough questions, like this one.
Guys, are there any Democrats in this crowd? Tea Party Democrats. Are there any Tea Party Democrats? Democrats. Are there any Democrats in the crowd?
I vote Democrat.
Let's talk to you.
I vote a split ticket.
So you voted for Barack Obama?
No, not Barack Obama, but I did vote for some Democrats. This is an American movement. It's about our freedoms. It's about the Constitution. It's about our Bill of Rights. It's about all the violations that are happening to us.
Unfortunately, Tea Party Democrats were hard to come by. But we did find one guy who described himself as
left. Oh, yeah. I was actually a little bit surprised by how many of the signs I could sort of agree with when I came here today. I didn't really come here expecting to agree with much.
There were a lot of interesting signs on display, conveying a diversity of messages. This sign poked fun at the whole teabag sexual reference that the mainstream media outlets have been using to mock the protesters.
I speak, of course, of teabagging. Teabagging. Take part in the teabagging.
Teabaggers are gross teabagger. Teabaggers.
Teabagging.
I got the teabagging.
It's hard to talk when you're teabagging.
Teabaggers teabagging in a nutshell.
This non-consensual conservative activist teabagging is just the start.
This is not really family viewing.
We wanted to use some of the left's same terminology or show that we're not all a bunch of stuffed shirts, that, there's an internet culture out there and we can use the same terminology against them. In a way, we are getting teabagged every day. When you open up your paycheck, you're looking at it, bam, teabagged, and you're looking at Social Security, bam, you're teabagged. So this is the way we're kind of getting some payback. As a right-winger, I am a little bit scared or disturbed by the whole partisan divide, the whole where it's just getting worse and it's turning into constant gotcha politics where any political discussion boils down to, well, your guy did this. Oh yeah, well your guy did this. Oh yeah, well your guy did this, and it just becomes question after question after question without getting into the basis of, okay, here's a problem facing the United States. What do you think we should do about it?
In And just to be sure, this sign is inspiring bipartisanship or nonpartisanship.
No, it's just showing that I don't like them. Just get teabagged. I'm tired of you.
One prevalent theme of the Tea Party was the fear of encroaching socialism by bailout.
Well, basically, I think this speaks for itself. Obama is a communist.
I think Obama's a good man who's very misguided. I think he does actually have a socialist agenda, but I don't think he thinks of it that way. I think he wants to do good. I know a lot of people who are good people. They call themselves Democrats or liberals, but in reality they're socialists. They just don't realize it.
I don't think it's paranoia. I'm just basing my opinion on his action. You know, he can go out and give a lot of really nice speeches and stuff, but I judge him based on what they're trying to do. And given the policy he's looking to push forward, it's European socialism. I mean, it's exactly what it is. So I don't think I'm paranoid.
I'm not for the bailouts, that's for sure. The bailouts are ridiculous, but it was really Bush who pushed those through, not Obama. I mean, Obama didn't stop it, that's for sure.
Now, some of that was signed into law by Bush. Do you have any voice of complaint for the Republicans in all this?
Hey, bailout's a bailout, and you know what? Bailouts suck. And you know what? Stimulus bills suck. Look what happened in Japan in the 90s when they were passing their stimulus packages. It took them a few more years to get out of that 10-year recession that they had. All because government intrusion. Limited government is a freer people.
How many rogue states are controlled by conservatives? None of them. All of them are controlled by socialist, fascist, tyrannical leaders. Tells you all you need to know.
Opposition to bailout and stimulus plans, and socialism in general, has brought together a diverse group of people in a quasi-anti-left movement. But this man, who escaped from the Soviet Union 25 years ago, warns Americans that socialism is beyond the point.
Dictatorship, that's what he's bringing. He is bypassing socialism. Guys, I am from there. I know what socialism is. He is not bringing socialism because nobody will stand socialism here. It has to jump right away to dictatorship. People here will not understand. For example, I'm sitting on public dole and now he wants me to work. I'm not going to work. So in order to make that person work who is on public dole, he has to actually push him with some force, police enforcement, anything.
What similarities do you see between what's going on here and what went on when you lived in the Soviet Union?
A similarity? Actually, total indifference. That's the only similarity. People totally indifferent to anything.
Do the Tea Party rallies mark an end to the kind of indifference this man observes? Is it a fad suited for angry venting? Or is there momentum and a future for this movement?
If there was a march on Washington, say the 4th of July, would you guys go?
Well, I probably have to work that day and pay my taxes, so probably not. I have to work.
If there's a march on Washington July 4th, would you go?
I think there will be a lot of people like me that will consider going.
So guys, if there was a rally in D.C. on the 4th of July, would you go?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Even if you had to pay your own way to go?
Yes, I would.
Well, except I'm booked for Chicago on July 4th. Otherwise, I certainly would. Well, I heard that this guy, what's his name, Santelli, is supposed to have a rally here on the lakefront on July 4th. So that's where I'm planning to be.
We're thinking of having a Chicago Tea Party in July. All you capitalists that want to show up to Lake Michigan, I'm going to start organizing.
In Chicago, this is Andrew Marcus.